Hello दोस्तों, I am Anil Sharma and it's my channel. It's Anil ji. If you have not until subscribed this channel, please subscribe for the new updates. And in this video, we will learn the data binding in Android. Okay, so what is a data binding and how can we achieve data binding and why we use data binding? Okay, so first, what is a data binding? Data binding means we bind our UI with our business logic. That's a data binding. Okay, previously we use excel part separately here. Okay, and after that we access that components here, and after that we need to set data here on of that xml part or that components from our business logic or from our pojo. Okay, but if we are using data binding, then we don't need to write to business logic here. We can directly bind our business logic in that xml part in that ui. Okay, so after using data binding, it will reduce our time, or we can say that in minimum time we can write that business logic, okay, directly. This is the main overview of data binding. And second thing, by using data binding, you you are you don't need to handle null value or null exception, because if you whatever value is getting from server or from your pojo, it will directly show on xml part. Okay, so we will see here. And how can we achieve data binding in this project? So first we need to enable data binding in our this gradle of app. Okay, not project. Now you need to write here in android. Okay, here enable just data binding. So you see here how we write everything. It's a camel case. So first letter is small, after that camel cases. So for we write here data. Okay, second capital binding, open bracket. Okay, and we will enable here enable equal to after any changes in gradle, you must need to sync this. Okay, so now it's sync, and so it's enable. Okay, first data binding here enable. Now after that we need here, now is parent layout is constraint layout, or we can use linear or right. But whenever we use data binding, we must need to write here layout. Okay, here first we need to write layout. Only layout will be parent, and in that I'll write constant layout, and whatever I write here, I need to write here. Okay, copy and write here, or in that. Okay, so first what we did, first enable data binding here. After that, in which class or in which xml you want to enable, you want to use data binding, you must need to write layout is parent component. Okay, in xml. After that, whatever you want, you can use constant layout, linear layout, relative layout, frame layout, anything, whatever. Okay, so first thing it's we have done. Now here is a one text. It will, or suppose you have number of text buttons, whatever, same process. So I want to write here first id for accessing the id, and text view title. Okay, so now we are enable data binding, and now after that we need to write here to access this binding here. So first we will write now binding class. So binding class, whatever our class name here, that data binding enable field from like activity date activity binding. So okay, so it will from back like activity man binding class name will generate automatic after enable this layout. Okay, so now we will write here reference of that like binding. Now it's done. We will write here binding process. Okay, binding dot wait just one. Okay, so first we need to whatever we enable here like whatever our XML name, so automatic class generated like this activity main binding. So we write here activity main binding and this binding we need to set that for like inflate, so we don't need to write it. We write here like binding. Okay, data binding util dot set content view. Okay, and in that first is a activity like this, and second is a layout. So which layout for this? R dot layout dot activity main. Okay, now it's enable. Now second thing. Okay, until we are done from data binding. Okay, now we write to binding the data here. So we need to mention here on which Pojo or which class we want to bind this layout for this layout. So for that we need to create a one class. So we will create a one Pojo or one class like student data. So we created one class. Here is I'll get only one field. Okay, for this demo like private string name. Okay, and same we write one constructor getter setter methods, so we can generate like shortcut or here also same thing. We write constructor. Okay, same thing getter setter. We need to write generate and getter setters. Okay, so one puzzle we have done. If we are getting data from server, then we can use the JSON. And if we are using JSON, then we need to write here that annotation part. So okay, same thing, no different. And after that, we want to enable data binding for this POJO. Okay, so we need to implement extends one class that provided by data binding like extends and ways observable. Okay, ways observable. Why we use this ways observable and what is this? So we can use by shortcut of this class description. So we can see here a convention class that implement the industrial observable binding interface, or it will provide the two method like notify property change and notify change. We will see it later. Okay, first we learn step by step. So, okay, so I want to that pozo or that data to bind this XML. Okay, so we need to mention here. Okay, so first we'll write here data is a parent, uh, parent what to say it tag. Okay, in that we can write multiple binding classes. Okay, so we can write here one variable. After writing variable, it will show the two property of that tag variable or component like name and type. So we can give any name of that like student or student data, student fields, whatever. Okay, and now we need to write here which class we want to bind this XML. Okay, so we can write directly single name like student data. Okay, but we need to write full name with package name. Yeah, okay, it's the package name because we want to this student data com.nl and student data we binding. So now we are eligible for binding this data. Okay, in this XML. So after binding, we need to write in that class one thing. We want to specify that we want to bind student data to that XML by using like that binding dot set. Now see, we are we can see that three method. Okay, those are their method. First is set student. Now it's visible, but I want to step by step. First, I don't want to write this. Now see, we can see that method or not here. Dot set student. Okay, it's eligible actually before, so that we are looking, otherwise not. See here, no, not what thing. First, we write here whatever we write here, that automatically generated in .r file, so that we are see here. If let's see other, here is a one student. Okay, I want to some other. Let's see here. Dot bind set. See here, set life cycle, set student, set where only three methods are there. Okay, I want to change this name like student data. Okay, now see here, we will get one more change set student data. So after doing this variable, okay, and this name we can directly see here after set and this name student data. Okay, set student. If we will write one more, suppose like variable name, suppose an Anil. Okay, that's a class name. Now we want to type here another class, but we have not another class, so we can write same class like student data. Okay, with same package name. Now we see here one more hint. Set, there are two hint, set Anil and set data. Okay, so we will automatically get that. Why? Because we use already binding that layout here. Okay, and after binding we will whatever we will binding dot set like this student data. So now we need only student data. Okay, no need this. So first we delete this. If we want to set data this XML from different class, okay, so we can write this like this. Suppose then I want to some data from a student class, some data I want to employee class, employer class, then we can write multiple variables in that. Okay, we will learn this. Okay, and after that I have set that object. I need to pass that object of student. Okay, so we can let's see hint here. It's what is required. It's the object of student class. So if suppose then we get the data from server, after getting the data server, we store that data in student data, student pojo, and that object we can write here directly like this. Suppose then I have right here student. Student is an object, okay, and I said student new student. So then now I'm printing Anil Sharma. Okay. So I have one record in student, the name of Anil Sharma. Suppose then I got that object from server. It's same. Okay, we will set that student object here. Okay, we have set. So after set the data, we can eligible getting the data from here. Now I want to show that name here. So in text, see, if we are not using data binding, then what we need to here, we need to mention that XML ID, this TV title, then set text, then we need to get data from name here, this object, and set that. But now we don't need to that write business logic here. We can write here XML. Okay, so how can we write in XML? Write at the rate, and this is the common syntax for data binding. Okay, whatever if you want to some write some condition in button, text view, any component, you must need to write this. Okay, and whatever logic you want to write under in this bracket. Okay, so I want to print the name in this text. So how can we write that name in which class? This student, right? And student class represent the name of student data. So I'll write here student data, student data. Okay, and student is smart. Okay, so whenever we type the single word or single character, we will see the hint. So we will get the second hint here, student data, right here, and just put dot, we will see all hints whatever the property of that student class. So there is a one method. See here is a f means function. Okay, so we will write get name. We don't need to write like this, get name, just write their field name. Okay, so then I write one more field here, um, last name, age, then we will see the hint here also. Okay, so right, let's see now. If I will run this project, I will directly show, we'll see here Anil Sharma. Okay, so I'll run this project. Anil Sharma. After this set, here we didn't write set text anything. We just use direct data binding. Okay. Now I want to data binding. Now we will see different condition. How can we handle here? Suppose then I want to ternary operator and check here. This is ternary operator. Okay. So it's not a binary. It's a string. So how can we check? First we write this and we will check. I want to visible or not visible, right? So first we can check like equal to empty. Okay, empty we will check by using this. Okay, backslash. Okay, and after that ternary operator. So what if name double equal to empty, then I want to show a name like like uh, Anil. Okay, if name is empty, then I want to show Anil. If it's not empty, then I want to show same student dot name. Okay, I want to write this condition. Okay, so I'll change here. I want to empty this field. Okay, let's see here. Let's run and let's see what will, it will take little take time. Here it's run and see here Anil. Okay, it's empty. We have said it's empty field, but we are seeing here Anil. Why? Because we have written the condition ternary operator. Why we use this backslash? Because it's not accepting double slash here, it will show the error. Okay, why it will show error? Because we started it by this double slashes, so it will think like it's finish here. Okay, so it's simple. We can here check the condition different. If we are using the view visible invisible, we can handle here directly, right? It's a different logic. So I want to view, we write view dot, see here view dot uh, visible. Okay, if this is empty, then I don't want to visible that field, Anil. So we write view dot gone. Okay, visible also capital visible, but it's showing error. Why? Let's see here. Cannot find the identifier. See here, whenever we write the visibility or gone of some components, then we need to import their package name, like this package name. Okay, so there is a one package we need to mention in XML. So how can we mention that? First we write here variable. Okay, name of that like view, and I need to write here package name. So package name is there, android dot view. Okay, and capital view. So this class provide the view and visibility. Okay, so now we will see here that error gone. We can change that name also, suppose like view 1. Okay, view 1, then we need to write change here that name like view 1. Okay, same thing, it will work after running. Why we write? Because if we will write here, so then like sorry, suppose then like tv title dot set visibility, visibility, it's a method in android. If you are using, then here is a one option like view dot gone. When we write here in java, then we need to write import one package, and that package is like import and android dot view dot, sorry, dot view. This is a package. So what we did here, we just copy this package name, we write here in xml part here like this, android.view, and we provide reference that view 1. Okay, we can use like this or we can use directly like view, and we can write here view gone. It's also work, it will also work. Okay, you can write here, but I write that in simple way, not to write whole way whole you write everywhere like this with full package name. Okay, so what you mean, if we define here package name, then we don't write to full name of that class. Okay, if we have import that package name, we can write their classes name directly, we don't need to write to full name. Okay, so that we use there. So I hope you understand this data binding. If you have any query, any question, then please comment and subscribe my channel. See, thank you.